Hi everyone, welcome to a reading vlog. I have only done one before, so bear with me if I am still getting my bearings on this sort of a video. I am also very congested in my sinuses, so please forgive me if I'm very nasally. I will do my best to edit that out. But yeah, welcome to a reading vlog. Today is a Wednesday. And I recently DNF'd a book this morning that I was feeling very crappy about, and I'm still trying to decide what I would like to read next. So I thought, why not just make the decision together? So I have a few options for what I would like to read next. I have, let's see. So one of the books I'm considering is this one, You Again by Kate Goldberg. You Again by Kate Goldbeck. It is such a beautiful cover, and this recently came out. This is a very fall romance, and every booktuber online has been describing this as like a sort of a retelling of When Harry Met Sally, and I absolutely love that. I think that's adorable. It's so beautiful. So this is a contender for sure. Another contender is Family Lore. That's the one I have been meaning to start, by Elizabeth Acevedo. It's brand new as well. It is a new release, and this is what it looks like. Another beautiful cover, and this is about a Dominican American family of sisters, and they all have, there's a bit of magical realism, and they all have some superpowers, not superpowers, they have some powers, and one of them, one of the sisters in the family, she has the ability to see when people are going to die, and she sees someone's death. So she decides to do a wake with all of the sisters, and they're all trying to figure out whose death did she see. So it sounds like a nice one for fall. It's there's some mystery in there. There is family dynamics. So it sounds interesting. So I'm also looking at that one. And the third book that perhaps I can finish in this reading vlog is Love in the Time of Serial Killers by Alicia Thompson. This is what the cover looks like. And I gotta say, I'm about 40% almost through, and I'm not loving it. It is quite slow. So I'll tell you the premise. It's basically about our main character who has to move into her dad's house to help pack it up and sell it because her dad has recently passed away. And she suspects that her neighbor is a serial killer. And I mean, she has that suspicion because she is doing her dissertation on true crime, and she's a PhD student. So she's always, like eating, breathing, living true crime. So she thinks he's a serial killer, and that's apparently like how their romance starts. I mean, I'm suspecting he's not a serial killer, and she's wrong there, but I'm 40% through, and I gotta say, I am not enjoying the chemistry between them. It feels like there really is no chemistry between them. So I'll give it a shot. I have already DNF'd a book this morning. I do not want to DNF another one. I DNF'd The Villa by Rachel Hawkins, and it really broke me because I love Rachel Hawkins. I think she's incredible. But again, with The Villa, I was 40% through and there's nothing happening. So we'll see. Another book that I'm thinking of picking up is The Therapist by B.A. Paris. It's been on my TBR forever. I actually have only read one book by B.A. Paris, or two books, and I think one of them being The Girl Next Door, or one of those, and it was so good. And it was a while ago too that I read it, so I'm thinking of picking this up. I think it's a pretty cool cover. So I might pick this up. I'm not sure. I need to decide. I wish somebody would decide for me. And I'm also reading on the side, rereading Dan Brown's Angels and Demons. I will be going to Rome next month, so I would like to do an Angels and Demons walking tour, self-guided, of course. So I wanted to just catch up, refresh my memory, annotate, because I'll be taking this baby with me on my trip. So let me decide what it is that I'm going to start off reading, and then I will see you in a bit. All right, so we have decided to read You Again, and I started it. I'm just 5-6% through, and it's so fun so far. Really enjoying it. So I'll keep you posted on this one. All right, so it is Friday. I wasn't able to give you an update yesterday on Thursday just because it was a very, very busy day. And to be honest, I didn't get much time to read with the exception of late night in bed. But today's Friday and I do have an update. So I'm about 40% through You Again. And it's quite good. It's fun, it's witty, it's has like a good pace, so it doesn't feel dragged out. But yesterday I decided to switch gears. I was for some reason in the mood for a thriller, so I actually started The Therapist by B.A. Paris. I am 99 pages through, so I believe this would be about perhaps 20%, and it's actually quite good. It's good. I forgot that B.A. Paris's thrillers are so fast-paced and there isn't too much dialogue, or there isn't too much description of the atmosphere or the scene. It's just a very quick story. and I'm enjoying it. Actually, this has been on my shelf for so long. I don't know why I didn't pick it up, but I wasn't expecting to start this yesterday, but I'm enjoying it. I will actually continue with it today, and let's see where I go with it this evening. I might switch back to You Again, or I might continue to stay with this, but today is Sunday. I am not the best, apparently, with vlogging, but I have made a lot of progress with The Therapist by BIPOC. I am about 60% through. I'm on page 224, 225, and I believe I probably only have 100 more pages to go. I have mixed thoughts on this so far. So I really like how it's really fast paced. This is probably like a thriller that you can finish on a weekend at the beach, or on a long plane ride, or on like a long road trip, because it's so fast paced and there isn't any jumps in timeline. It's just very linear in the storytelling. So I really like that. It's very bingeable, very to the point, nothing like too elaborate, not too super elaborate atmosphere, setting, or description, or anything like that. That might be a bit of a turn off for some people, but I actually really like that in this one. My qualm with this is that right now it seems really predictable. So I don't know. Some people said that the ending, the twist is really great. I'm not sure, because right now it feels like I already know exactly not exactly, but I have a feeling I know what's going to happen. And I'm not entirely sure. So I'm hopefully going to finish it today. We still probably have another hour of daylight. I'm in my backyard just to enjoy. It's a nice evening. So I'll see if I can finish and I'll report back with my thoughts. I have not touched You Again for a few days. I've just had a really busy weekend, but I am hoping to go back to that tomorrow. I also plan on starting Family Lore. I don't know if I'm going to be able to finish it in this vlog, but you will certainly hear about it at some point if I do start it. All right, I will report back shortly. All right, I apologize for the terrible lighting, but it's late at night now, but I wanted to give an update. I finally finished The Therapist. It took me a couple hours to read the last 120 pages, but I wanted to just finish it. I definitely liked it better than what I said in the last clip. So I would give this 4 stars, I think. So if you read a lot of thrillers, like I have, a lot of it was predictable. Actually, all of it, in a sense, was predictable. I kind of got a sense of who the killer was around halfway through, and my suspicions were confirmed by the end. But I'm not sure if that's a function of the book, or if it's a function of just the fact that I have read way too many thrillers, and unfortunately it sucks because nothing surprises me anymore. I am able to guess almost all of them, unless it was the book by Riley Sager, The House Across the Lake, that I read a few months ago. That one really caught me off guard. Probably because it's not just a thriller. So if you've read that one, you know what I'm talking about. But it's actually pretty good. I have a friend who's recently read it too, who doesn't read that many thrillers, and they said that the ending really caught them by surprise. So if you're someone who's perhaps just getting into thrillers, I think you might really enjoy The Therapist, because it is very fast paced. It is like what a true thriller should be, in my opinion. It's fast paced. It has quite a bit of like twists and turns, and there's such a tangle of lies that you have no idea what's real and what's not anymore. So I'm happy that I finished it, and I'm also happy that I finished a book that I started for this vlog. I may pick up Family Lore tonight, or I may continue with You Again. Just probably need something lighter after this, and I will check in with you tomorrow.
Good morning, everyone. It's Monday morning. And last night, after finishing The Therapist, I started What a Happy Family by Samia Dave. Now, I have read Well-Behaved Indian Women by her a few months ago, and I wanted to give her other book a try as well. Now, I know this has nothing to do with Halloween or fall, but I definitely needed a bit of a palate cleanser, if you will. Just from reading a lot of witchy romances and thrillers and spooky books. I needed something that was just had nothing to do with it. So this is pretty good. This is basically about a South Asian family, an Indo-American family in Atlanta, and it follows each character. So it is multi-perspective, and it starts off with their youngest daughter making sort of an announcement that's not very welcome. And it seems like this is similar to Well-Behaved Indian Women in the sense that it's like a family kind of, not drama necessarily, but I guess, yeah, it is a family drama. And you follow different characters from each family, and you get a sense of just what, sort of their lives have been like and where they're coming from while they handle some of these challenges that come up for them that are perhaps identity related and also have a larger, familial impact. So there's a family scandal. The book starts off with the scandal pretty much, and their lives apparently seems like start to unravel from there, and that's how the story goes on.
Okay, so it's a little bit later. I went to a free library in my neighborhood. One of my neighbors have this adorable little free library like you saw set up outside, so I donated a few books there. I didn't pick anything up from there. There wasn't really anything that I wanted to read. There was a Game of Thrones book in there, but I can't read Game of Thrones. It amazes me, people who can. That writing is way too dense. But yeah, that's what I did. And I read a little bit more of What a Happy Family as well. I am about halfway through. I am quite enjoying this. It's a little bit more fast-paced than I thought it was going to be, than I expected. So yay for that. I am enjoying this. And I think if I wanted to, I could finish it in a couple of days, because even though it's quite big, it's about 400 pages, it's not complicated writing, it's not a complicated story. It's not have you scratching your head. It's very simple and straightforward and conversational in its tone, so it can be a fast read. And funnily enough, as I was editing this vlog, I realized I never told you what The Therapist was about, so I wanted to do that today. So Therapist is about a therapist, but it's basically about Alice and Leo, this couple, and they move into this new house just outside of London, I believe, London, UK. And it's a gated community. It's a bit of a posh neighborhood, a posh house. And Alice, as she's starting to get to know her neighbors, she learns this really devastating secret about the house and about the person that used to live there before, who was a therapist. And this is like a deal breaker type of a thing that she learns about the house, which creates a lot of fear and anxiety for her. She almost becomes obsessed with finding out more about this therapist and the previous owner. And that's the story unravels from there. There's a lot of secrecy, there's a lot of lies. And like I said, I'm not going to say more about this, because if you know more about it, in my opinion, I think you will just know what the story is about, and it might spoil it for you. But that was that. So yeah, these are the two main books that I read for this vlog. It's very interesting, the types of books that I thought I was going to be reading going into it. I was really committed to family lore and You Again, but somewhere along the way they didn't feel right. So I'm still going to be finishing those, and I'm going to be picking them up. I don't think I will be finishing this in this vlog, but you will know more about this when you come back for the September wrap up. I will have finished this by then. But this is where I'm going to leave this. If you enjoyed this feeble attempt at a vlog, at a reading vlog, let me know. If you'd like me to do this again, let me know. And I will happily do it again. Hopefully I'll get a little bit more better at it and more structured with it. We'll see. But thanks so much for being here. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe, and if you haven't already, check out my last video, which was my recommendations on fall witchy mystic romances that are perfect for this time of the year. So if you're looking for something like that to read, check that video out. Thanks everyone. See you next time.